I extract maybe a piece of it and that I share. But
Yeah, cut out all the boring website stuff and
yeah,
get to the
yeah,
heart of the discussion.
yeah. Even though we probably shouldn't care about that, but yeah, at the end, like in my experience, at the end, that's what we do. We just focus on.
Well, I mean, it's important to us. I just don't know why anybody else would.
Yeah.
Why matter to anybody else? Um,
So how are you doing? So you were saying that yeah, it's been busy and that
yeah, it's been very busy. Doing so many things for different clients and stuff like that, and trying to get some of my own stuff squared away. I have a deadline that I need to meet by a week from tomorrow. Um, but I always forget because I know when the holidays are coming, it's like, oh, there's so much going on. It's very hard to be productive, from Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It's hard to get stuff done when there's all these holidays and activities and stuff. But now I always forget that for people who live in the north part of the US, like when the weather starts getting nicer, then all of a sudden all these things start happening. Like, oh, we're gonna have this little party. Oh, there's this little festival. There's a this, there's a that, and that the schedule starts to fill up with things like that as well. So
yeah,
I have to be very disciplined.
exactly.
Yeah.
And in my experience, ever since I really started scheduling my time, I enjoy much more than before. Because it prevents you from overthinking and being frustrated and focusing 100% in doing what I need to do. But sometimes I'm late. Like today, I didn't do my homework. Basically, I had to write down Isabel's bio.
Yes.
I still have to get the pictures of both Isabel and myself, and to write down the little invite for folks to join us on Monday, May the 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, knowing that on June, the first Monday of June, I'll do it at 7 p.m. so that Seth can join, Seth and other people who cannot make it. And that little invite is crucial. So maybe we can tackle that today together. I don't know what you think. Just like last time.
Well, I mean, I first of all, I'm impressed that you have all of those items listed for your homework.
Yeah.
Well, there's two things that we certainly can go over today for sure, and that's one of them is the bio. So what I wanted to show you, because I was like, well, if he has a bio, fantastic. If he doesn't, I wanted to go with this thing here. Okay. So what I tried, I said, well, let me just take a stab and try to do her bio myself. And it was
Well done. You saw that she graduated from INALCO. Yeah.
Oh my God. There is a picture.
Of her?
There's a picture. I had to track her down through Facebook, okay, which was not easy because I didn't realize how many people have the first and last name. And looking, and then I found a picture, and I was going to send it to you. I totally forgot. I think it's on my phone. That it's a picture of the two of you.
Yes.
But you were much younger. You're still grown, but you were younger, and you had these big sunglasses, and you're like this. And I was like, oh my God! In that picture, I was like, this is when he talks about the seducer. I said, this is that time period. It has to be,
right,
because of the way.
By the way, I've been reading a little bit in and out your book, some more of your book.
And it's I like the way that you had termed it, the idea of like the seducer and so forth, because that's certainly what it is.
Amazing book, folks out there. If anybody who's listening, go read Achilles' book, Raised by the Bar.
Well, INALCO, is that how do you even say that? INALCO? Mm-hmm. So INALCO is the school she went to.
I think it's a university, is it?
It might. I think it's a university. But
Institut National des Langues et Civilisations Orientales.
Exactly.
It's a French research institution.
So
Uh, Also known as the University of Languages and Civilization, is a French research institution teaching languages that span Central Europe, Africa, Asia, America, and Oceania. It
yeah,
is
yeah. So
also
that is
informally called
a
Longitude.
long ass title for a school that somebody went to. So I see why they put this in Nalco, but I don't think that's not everybody's. Most people I don't think are going to know what that is. So
Wow.
what would you want to put there then? Like a graduate, a Nalco graduate.
Yeah,
With,
it's yeah, in Alco, it's
so
let's see, there's 300 PhD students, 8,000 students
what did she get her
every.
degree in? Do you know?
It was established in 1669, so in Paris. So it's a pretty
1669.
yes.
Oh, good God. Okay.
Uh,
Um,
by Jean-Baptiste Colbert.
I did see that. Jean-Baptiste. That's like a very common name, right, for the French?
Yeah, École nationale des langues orientales. It's renamed in 1914, École nationale, and then it's renamed in 1971. Okay. It's a Inalco in 2010 becomes a founding member of Sorbonne, Paris Cité. It's a Sorbonne University, basically.
So that's what we should call it.
No, I think Inalco is the proper name specifically.
Okay,
but
so then if we go with that, right? If we put an uncle and it's the better name, then it'd be best to put what degree did she get when she graduated? What was she got a degree in what?
Man, that's a good question.
I mean, technically you're her boss. These are things you should know.
Yeah.
I mean, she might not see it that way, but
yeah. Let's see. American. I know there's American equivalents because I had to do that for my visa. I had to authenticate my the American diploma. I really don't know, but maybe
all right. Well,
that's degree. I don't know.
That will be something to find out. And also, how many years of experience she had as a French instructor?
Okay, let me ask her how many years.
Yeah, at least this way when you do the bio.
Yeah, so she just answered me licence, so it's actually below the master's. How can I equivalent my degree in US? So I think it's bachelor's. I don't know. What is the equivalent of bachelor's degree?
Well, a bachelor's is 4 years in the US. So
licence is undergraduate degree. It's 3 years. No, hold on. Licence. Yeah. So she has an undergraduate. Yeah.
Well, I think, but okay, but in the States, there's the associates, which is 2 years, and then the bachelor's is 4. We don't have a 3.
In France, it's 3 licence and 5 is masters.
So then,
hold on. What say again? Yours?
Ours is 2, and well, the associates.
No, it's not. It's over. It's
right.
Over
so she would have. It's like having a bachelor's. It's the equivalent of a bachelor's. I'm not surprised that 3 years of French equals 4 years of the U.S. That sounds right to me.
Let's do our best to reflect whatever the reality is.
Right.
Without and she's saying 25 years of teaching French. So yeah.
Bachelor. She got her.
Oh, the good news is we can ask a question, and she seems to be available right now. So.
Degree in. So, what is her degree in then specifically?
The major, right?
Yeah.
your degree in specifically. Can you believe I don't know these things? I'm like discovering them.
You know what? You know why it's shocking to me? It's shocking to me only because these are the things that should be at the forefront of your marketing, to let people know that you have someone who's an instructor for 25 years of experience. Like that's a huge
Right.
selling point. Like the two of you balance each other out so
But
incredibly well.
yeah. You know what I think about resumes, but yeah.
Hey,
So anyways, for people who might be interested, there's 2 spots available right now for the baby wires. And baby wires is 15 hours of French per month. So 2 sessions of an hour and 15 minutes during the week with Isabel, and 1 session of an hour. It's called Casual Sunday, where it's only fun, only speaking, no learning, only French conversation around a couple of topics, and it happens to be on Sundays. So it's Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. Guys, if you're interested, go to the website myfrenchcommunity.com/ I think you click on Baby Wire, you see the schedule, everything is explained there.
Yep.
That's what we did recently, Achilles and I. So 2 spots available and 1 spot with the rubies. Rubies, it's 22 hours of French, so it's even more per month. So 3 times as well on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Saturday morning and Tuesday and Thursday is at 1 and 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay.
All right. So so she has 25 years as a French instructor. She brings 25 years of experience.
And yeah, rubies and Jedi's Emmanuel actually. Meanwhile, tomorrow he chose. What did he choose, Emmanuel? Good job, Emmanuel, for being consistent, for posting your work. Integrity. He is going to talk about integrity in French, and I'm going also to research that. And I'm going to give you some feedback, Emmanuel, before tomorrow, so that you can do your reflective script. Anybody who would like to join is welcomed. There's three spots available for tomorrow. Anyways, and it's free.
Yes, I've had many discussions on that topic of integrity.
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe you can share.
Yeah,
because your book talks a lot about integrity.
Well, I got into a lot of arguments with people about it because the integrity and principles that they don't truly mean anything. Okay, like whatever your principles are, they don't mean anything.
Excuse me, my cat wants to go out.
That damn cat.
That cat is always sorry. Yeah.
What your principles are don't mean anything until you use them when it's inconvenient.
Right.
Everyone loves their principles when they're fighting for their rights, for this, that, and
yeah.
Then yes, that's the principle. It's the matter principle. Blah blah. This is how it should be. This is what's right. This is what's good. But when the good thing to do is inconvenient for you, then what happens? Because I was like, for example, if somebody at the register shortens you by $5. Okay, they're supposed to give you another $5 in your change, and you didn't get it. You will say, "Oh, I was supposed to get $5." Sure, but there are plenty of people that if they get $5 extra, they're like, "Oh, well, it'll all wash out. They have insurance that covers that. It's no big deal." Blah blah blah, and then it's their mistake, and they walk out with the extra $5. That's the idea of integrity is that you're using it when it does not work in your favor, and most people don't do that. They'll find some excuse to not do that.
Yeah. So actually, yesterday I watched a movie, Indian movie, called the White Tiger. I don't know if you heard about it.
No.
And long story short, it depicts the relationship between servants and masters in India. You know, there's a lot of domestic employees
Right.
at families, homes and stuff. And it's the story of one young domestic who is the chauffeur, like the driver of a rich family, and he's in his relationship with his master is the youngest son of the rich family, and the youngest son of the rich family gives him lots of hopes of how he will develop him, um, but he has lots of good intentions. He speaks, more than, he doesn't back what he says with action.
Oh,
So it makes the employee, the servant, feel betrayed in a way. So that is a very good, entertaining movie. Obviously, very caricatural, like very like it's a how do you say caricature? Like it's
there's a bee in my uh, room.
caricature. Uh, it's exaggerated. It's
Well, I mean that usually that happens for some of those movies.
mhm. Yeah, of course. But the point is, yeah, it's a bit what you're saying, that integrity will show its face when uh when it's not in your favor, when it's not so easy. Are you okay, Achilles?
Well, there's
I'm going to listen to Isabel's messages while you do that.
okay. Yes,
Let me see.
I have to kill a wasp.
Uh-huh. Okay, so she's saying I just was able to listen to her first message, but so there's actually a diploma called Doug, or at least in her time and in my time it was like that. It's a 2 year, and then there's licence, it's 3 years, and then there's masters 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And she studied Russian, so
She said Russian. Okay, so that's the other part here that I have with the languages. So her degree is in.
so let me continue what she says. So she has that license degree, like I don't know what would be the equivalent, but maybe bachelor's, I think.
Right.
But bachelor's in the US is 4 years, right? In Russian at INALCO.
Okay.
And then she has experience with private companies. And then she was a freelance in French, all of that. And then she had her own school for 15 years with
Her own school.
companies. Her own uh, teaching French to foreigners for 15 years.
Oh wow.
And her clients were companies. So actually, her main clients were Siemens and IBM.
That's pretty major.
And yeah, she doesn't want to show off. She's saying, and she wants to stay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing: the only information that we're trying to put is information that will make someone feel comfortable about taking about joining my French community. That's all it is. So I totally understand that, but we want to what she got her degree in, it would help. But 25 years of experience as a French instructor is amazing. These are the languages that I put down. that she's fluent in French, English, German, Spanish, and Italian. And then and has a fundamental understanding of Arabic and Portuguese, but then she apparently has Russian too, right?
Yes.
Now, is
So
Russian something?
her degree is in Russian.
So
her
she's
degree-
fluent in Russian, I would think.
Yeah, she speaks Russian. Yeah.
I think
So
Russian and Russian. Okay,
so Azina co-graduate where she got her bachelor's degree in Russian. And then I can maybe copy paste it to her and let me listen to the rest.
Yeah, see what she says.
Ne mets pas un gros accent sur moi parce que les gens vont penser, ah bon, elle va assurer plein de cours, elle va être très présente dans plein de cours, et ce qui n'est pas tout à fait vrai. Donc, il ne faut pas non plus que ça soit très préjudice. Moi, j'ai surtout une expérience qui est très importante, que ce soit avec des privés ou avec des entreprises. Donc, il faut faire court parce que comme je te dis, je ne serai pas partie prenante dans beaucoup de cours à toi. Donc les gens vont dire, mais attendez, c'est pas ce prof-là qui me fait cours. Tu vois ce que je veux dire?
Okay. She said she forgot her Russian. But she sometimes speaks a little bit with Luda, so she's.
So I'll actually then put that for the fundamental understanding of Russian, Arabic, and Portuguese.
She says French, mainly French, Spanish, English, and Italian, like fluent.
What about her German?
Let me make sure.
Because last week you said German was one of them.
Yeah, I know she was talking German too, but probably her proficiency is not fluent. Italian. Oh, sorry. Portuguese. Yeah, don't mention. She prefers not to mention. It's
which one?
Either
German?
it's fluent. Yeah, no, don't mention German. She doesn't want to mention German, Arabic, or Portuguese. Even though I know she studied it, but yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Right.
All right. So in terms of the school then that she went to.
Right. Instead of maybe Baby Wires, because that's the name of the group. Beginners. You can just simply write beginners. Yeah, she said she studied Arabic, but only 6 months, so it's not relevant.
Okay, that's fine. Many beginners through the hurdles.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, she essentially has a big experience leading.
I mean, this was just the stuff that me, of course, having never met her, spoken to her, anything, that I pulled together. I would imagine it would be great if we could have a little bit more added to it. In a bachelor's degree, but now here's the thing. So the bachelor's degree we can't put bachelor's degree in Russian if when we list this, it just says she has a fundamental understanding of it, because that would be very
right.
confusing.
So that's wrong. She has a bachelor degree in Russian.
So we should put that.
Yeah. Fundamental understanding of Russian, I don't think so. I think that, she has a bachelor's degree in Russian. She probably forgot some of it, but
Well, and
yeah,
given that she's that's the thing, because she's a
I
French
don't think
instructor.
she's fluent in Russian though. So I think in that sentence you don't need to put Russian. But people will like Russian people will tell, when they talk to her. I think
Oh.
it's better just to mention the the solid achievements, and like kind of
Okay,
like
but I
like
mean, I if I
being
take
faithful to her, to her whatever she wants. Like she doesn't want to mention things if they're not significant. So yes, she yeah.
okay.
It's okay because as I'm saying, it's great that there's this information out there. It's significant, but my belief in resumes. People just want someone who is, they want the experience and someone who is able to deliver that experience. And the resume, yes, but if you if I don't know if you know Chris Voss. He was a FBI negotiator for U.S. hostages in the world,
Okay, I
and
think
he
I
talks about
saw
that point
a
several
movie.
times. Yeah, he talks about it and he made that mistake several times, like coming in a conference room with lots of important people and showing off. I mean, uh, talking about his resume, nobody really cares. Nobody really
Okay, but
cares.
this is where you and I definitely disagree. And anybody watching, if they want to weigh in, is that you keep using the word resume, and a resume is what you bring when you're trying to get a job. Okay,
Yeah.
when you're trying to convince someone I am qualified for this position. So this is not being used for you to get a job. This is
Right.
being used for someone other. If you don't put a strong bio, you are asking someone to believe that you are a qualified instructor. Why? Why should they believe that? What are they supposed to know from that? That's what I'm saying. Like, because there's so many people out there who probably say, "Yeah, I can do whatever, so forth." And like, if I try to be an English teacher, I speak English, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be a good instructor.
Because why? The answer would be because I have a track record of teaching.
But how do they know that you
many.
have that track record? That's my question.
Because they can see all the testimonials from others and they heard about it, and
Okay, but this is someone brand
they don't
new.
they don't care about this. They don't care about my diploma. They don't care about, even though it's good to have it. What they will make a difference is if I know about the problem, I've solved it before, I know about their problem, and I can help them. That alone.
But this is, we're talking about somebody who finds you on YouTube or Instagram, wherever, and they just look at the site. They don't know you. And the thing is that, like, and as far as the track record, you would have more people read a bio before they would read testimonials. And the testimonials, some people really like that stuff. I do, but a lot of people don't believe them. They think that they're fake. They just want to, you have to understand that the full scope of your potential people interested in you are going to come in different
I'm
ways.
not against it. I think it's fine that it's there. But
well, yours is there, yours is fine. And Isabel's, I guess we can run with what we have here. I'll put that onto the site. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Do you want to put something else? Her background in languages has allowed her to get many big.
If there's something else,
Yeah. Background in languages has allowed to.
I feel like there should be something else added, but
guide many beginners through the hurdles unique to their native language. Okay, yeah, that's. I mean, the sentence I wrote, you didn't like. Like, she has a track record of, what is it that I wrote? I thought that sentence was. I understand your sentence. That she understands about their difficulties, and actually, that's pretty. Actually, that's pretty key, because
what was your sentence? Read it to me again.
Yeah, but let me just finish, because she will cater to whoever's there. Like, for example, Nilay was telling me that she was explaining something to her in a way that she would understand, and then maybe if Shambi or Olga didn't understand, she would change it so that it suits the person and everybody would understand.
Well, I mean,
that-
and you let me know if I'm right or wrong about this in terms of the languages. But there was a show that I was watching that they had to act out they got a script, and it was a group of people, and one of the people in that group, their native language was not English. I don't know what the native language was, but it was something Asian. And the way that they kept reading the line, they were like, the line was like, I know you're rooting for us. And that's how you're supposed to say it. I know you're rooting for us. But the person kept saying, I know you're rooting for us. I know you're rooting for us. And they're like, no, it's not the us. It has to be the root. But when I listened, and of course, because it's like a reality TV show thing, so they have that little spot where they're just talking to the camera by themselves. And when they were complaining about like, oh my God, that script was so hard, I couldn't get it. And she kept doing again and again and again and again. She never got it right. But then in the confessional, I noticed that every sentence she says, the emphasis is on the last word of the sentence. And some languages are like that. So that's why when with Isabel, when I realized that she understood so many languages, I'm like, then she can understand how, keep in mind that because you speak this language, your tendency will be to do certain things.
Exactly. No, totally. Like it even happens to me because Luda is Russian. And even though I know nothing about Russian, I noticed common mistakes that Russians make. For example, the negative is only one word in Russian, and in French, there's two words for it. And I mean, Luda is doing a great job. If you hear me, Luda. But she had a tendency of forgetting the second word of the negative, ne pas, and I understood it. I understood why. Just like you're saying it also the intonations. Spanish has a lot of that intonations, and
and sometimes it can throw the definition off of if you say, I know you're rooting for us, it means something different than if someone says, I know you're rooting for us. Because who else would you be rooting for? There was nobody else in the room. So it doesn't make sense when you throw the accent on that thing. But to somebody who's not that familiar with it, they wouldn't be able to catch that. So I thought that was
absolutely. So I think it's very key actually, and that's great that you saw it. Nilay saw it. I completely missed it, but I see it as well. That when you're a coach, when you're an instructor, there's a lot. When you spot these mistakes that are particular to their native language. That actually needs some understanding, needs some patience, needs some some explanation.
And this is to me from an incredible, like, technically it's marketing, but everything is marketing. But for somebody who's brand new, who wants to go ahead and learn French, there are going to be some people who try to learn French on their own with the little recordings of this and that and so forth, right? And without a person being able to listen who also has the expertise of that language, there's just a certain skill set that you're getting that you won't be able to get from any kind of recording whatsoever. That recording isn't going to cater to, because when they do those kind of things where I'll just send you this packet of videos. I remember my sister was telling me about that. She's like, I don't know, it's like a year ago, a long time ago. She was like, yeah, I was looking at different things and I saw, and this person, all they send is you just these little video things and you just follow what that person is doing. And I was like, but then you don't know if what you're saying is right or wrong. You would never know that you're putting the accent on the wrong thing because you don't have the ear for it, you don't get that kind of interaction. I said, but that video is also designed for anybody from anywhere on the planet trying to learn French, whereas somebody hears like, oh, you're from your native language is this. I think that to me is like a huge strong strength that you guys offer with my French community.
I think that you pronounce a word that is very key for when you learn a new language, and it's the word ear. If you have a good ear, your pronunciation is going to be better. You'll make more efforts.
Yes.
And Isa has been studying the piano, for years on, ever since she was a child, with and she has a very good ear for music and for singing.
Oh wow. Okay.
So I'm thinking it might be useful. I'm not sure. I find that people who master a language well, and have a good ear, it might be useful as well, because you can understand the difficulties of the learners in terms of pronouncing the right intonation, the right sounds. Yes.
And it's a very, sometimes it's a very slight adjustment that has to be made.
Yes.
That can have such a huge impact, and you just, someone has to, it just has to be like this. It requires somebody to have a good ear, but it's also for some people to just be able to in order to hear that difference. Because some people, you'll say you're saying it like this, but this is how you're supposed to say it, and the person will turn around and say, I don't know I don't hear the difference.
Exactly.
They both sound the same.
Exactly. So I don't know. I don't know if we can put that. Maybe it's not relevant, but whatever. I think a short bio in her case is good.
Maybe this works.
I mean, she's only committing at this time to lead the baby wires and to come and give one session per month with the rubies. So we have 3 groups, as you guys know. We're pretty small and motivated to become fluent. We don't make it so hard, just showing up in every session, and through consistency, the results are pretty astonishing. So we don't force it too much, but we do show up a lot. So it's a lot. You've got a lot of time to practice your French, since the groups are limited to four folks. So less people, more time for you to take the opportunity to speak. And 22 hours for the rubies, 15 hours for the baby wires, with a very experienced teacher, and the results are already showing up as a result of them showing up. Actually, the baby wires took a 2-week vacation recently, and now they're starting over. So that's why there's these two spots open. So if you hear us, it's a great moment right now. And if you're a little above, just starting, you're not discovering French, but you may be A2, so you're still a beginner. It's the right moment to come and join us. And for anybody who's out there who just wants to join the community, as you know, I'm repeating these messages. On Monday the 3rd, at 1 p.m. Eastern time, we have a party. Anybody who's ever been in a session with us is welcome, and new people are also welcomed. Instructors are also welcomed. Anybody who is interested in that project, myfrenchcommunity.com. We're building this platform for little groups to show up in French and to become fluent. Become fluent, guys. Yes, you can keep your French like that, half broken, and if it's not your priority. But if you want to become fluent, we have high goals, and it only takes to show up.
Yes.
And in the long run, we'll become fluent.
Okay, so one other, or I guess another thing to discuss. I would like to use
Yes.
I should say I would like to, but I actually already did it. It's fine.
Yeah.
For my website, I would like to promote your event that's on May 3rd.
Oh.
Yeah. So my website, I've done I've done a fair amount of
Very
work
nice of you.
here and there. But let me just stop the share. So what I want to do now, because there's a website and so forth, that, you know, every once in a while, like let's say my friend Alex, he's opening up a gym. He has his own business of doing that. So he might have an event, or he might be doing something. So for my business Facebook page, what is very helpful for me is that because I represent, you know, or share so many different people's things, it's much easier for me to put a lot of stuff out without people getting annoyed or bored, because it's always different. Like, oh, there's a baking thing, and now there's a workout thing, and now there's a French thing, and so forth. It's when people feel like they get the same thing over and over that they get kind of like, oh, this is, you know, kind of annoying. So on my website, I have the section now for travel. That's what I had to figure out what the topic would be, right? So you and one of my other clients, he does just YouTubing all around the world, drinking and partying. That's his thing. So he travels. But the two things complement each other nicely. In order, and you've seen the site for how it was back then, in order for me to showcase different people, I have to have a logo. Okay, so I just took it upon myself to create a logo for you to see for your inspection, to see what you think of it.
Oh my gosh.
Only because the logo you have, I was just going to use that, but I couldn't understand what it was. I could some writing, but that was that's all that there was. So there's these two different options for you to take a look at.
My gosh. Wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so this one was the first one that I did. I really liked it. I wanted something to convey, you know, community. So I put this thing here with the people. There's pros and cons for both of those, but when for me, when I go like this was what was most important. Even when I shrink it down like that, I can still see that it says my French community. That's all I care about.
Right.
I just wanted to be able to read it. I liked how this one, even when I shrink it down, you can see the people. Now, it is funny that the white people are in the middle and on top, but that's the way that the flag is shaped. So there's nothing I can
That's
do.
very funny. I like that you put it this way. Yeah.
I believe me. I was like, oh, there was no other way to do it. There really wasn't. That's just the way the logo is. But if you,
I mean, no, there's no signification. I mean,
no.
It's just the la bandera.
I mean, it's a French flag, and the word
flag
is in the middle and so forth. But so like if you like that logo, I mean,
so actually the behind the way you did it, you painted it like this, like the colors. It looks very revolutionary to me.
It looks like Les Mis. That's what
it looks what?
Like Les Mis. Les Mis is about the French Revolution, right?
What's
the musical?
Les Mis. Oh.
Les Miserables.
Ah, Les Misérables. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They're always waiting. In their logo, that flag is like all ripped up, and I remember it has the colors, you know, because you know gay people love musicals. So of course
it looks like Les Misérables. Exactly.
It kind of has that feel. So
I love that book. It's one of my favorite books.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of my favorite musicals for sure. So I absolutely
well, yeah, of course I love it, but you know, there's an adaptation to a new logo. You always yeah, I mean, yes, why not?
Well, I mean, and this is something to let's say, for example, share. Okay, so here's my website now, right? It's a small business with big ideas. Great.
Yes.
Fantastic. I wanted to put small businesses, but it just looks bad. It's hard to say. It's just whatever. I'm telling you, small businesses with big ideas. Just the real time. So small businesses with big ideas. So here's all this stuff. So this is what I was surprised by. I was like, that.
Wow, it looks amazing.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that looks really looks really good. Like
and you show it here, it looks really great.
some like I did this logo, right? I did not.
Yeah.
I didn't do these. I did this cupcake one, right? These I told them it's going to look great when you have an app, because when you look at the apps, you always need to have like a really like solid icon, which is great. But with
Man,
in
great
your
job.
case, that community thing, I just love how that's going to like really brings people in, and it's going to keep people there. Yeah, I did this one, these cartoon people, but
yeah, I was expecting something more cartoon, knowing you know.
Well, and that's a lot of people tell me this. They expect cartoon. I said it depends on what the product is, you know.
Yeah.
Cartoon for cupcake, sure. Cartoon for learning a language, not so much, because people might need to learn this for work. They want to be able to take it they want to know how serious you are about it. I'm surprised that these two are using that for the logo for now. I think they're gonna go with something a little different. But
I love it.
Okay, yeah. So and then this other travel one.
It took me a second try at it, but seeing it there like that, wow.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I call a placeholder. You can have this one until you find something else that you like more. But this one is not the one that has the people in it, you know?
Yeah,
so I didn't know
if best.
You like this one more, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll call it the Les Mis one.
And I really like also, now that I think about it, the fact that the flag is like that, you know, like the French Revolution.
And I knew not to put the Eiffel Tower. I said, I'm not going to put the Eiffel Tower.
Right.
He doesn't want that.
But let me tell you the reasons why. The reasons why is because initially, you know, I called it the Alt French Workshop, because I see it more like a workshop. You know, there's 4 of us in a group, more time for you to practice. Obviously, there's an instructor, but you know, the instructor is more in the background, especially as you advance through the level. At the beginning, it's more.
Now I understand now, because I never caught that before. But this is why you don't like calling them classes, is because a workshop is interactive. A workshop, you can't just sit there and listen. A workshop, you know that you are going to be you're going to be part of it and involved, engaged, immersed in what they're talking about. So now I get it.
Yeah,
yes.
You can do that class, you know, via video, and that there's all the books are out there. You know, you can do that. You can upload that knowledge, and then you can do the exercise and all of that. That's not what it is about. But there's a lot of practicing. If you want to master the language, you need to take all these opportunities to practice it, regardless of being afraid of making a mistake. And by doing so, it will improve through time and repetition. But the flag, not only, you know, like workshop, so kind of like this alternative way. And I was thinking to myself the other day, I think it was yesterday, you know, I was inspired by Seth Godin's Alt MBA, where it's a workshop where, you know, and he used that term MBA, even though it has nothing to do with an MBA. So to speak, you're not learning, you know, finance, corporate finance.
So why did he use it?
Right, because it's cohorts in small groups, workshop of professionals. So people with high ambition, and then he throws out there all of these themes and you know, at an MBA, what you do is you've got all these real use cases that you go through. And in a way, that's what you do at the Alt MBA. So that's why I got inspired by that. And initially I called it the Alt French Workshop. But actually, in hindsight, it would have been better to call it the French MBA. Even though it's not an MBA. Why? Right. Because we have high ambition. It's highly, you immerse yourself highly, on again, 3 times per week. Baby Warriors 15 hours, and 15 hours because it takes more time, and Ruby's 22 hours, and Jedi's 1 hour plus unlimited homework plus feedback, but it's 3 per week. Sorry, so it's 4 hours. But anyways, so you immerse yourself a lot. That's why there's this idea when you do an MBA that it's very intense. One. Number two, you go through these use cases. So it's real cases when you study how, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg did his IPO or something.
Right.
What is the legal terms? How did he financially structured his thing? What was his strategy? You go through all these use cases, and the importance of the others. The others in an MBA is a recipe for your success, because they will, you've got all this alumni thing that carries on after the MBA. That if you need a job, if you need a chance, you'll get the referral from a professional, because there's also this selection. They select you, and in a way, I like it. I like all these components, because we have high ambitions that we want to become fluent. It's not just, that's why I also decided recently to make it more simple and to eliminate the casual Saturday option only. The casual Saturday option only is a different product. That's not the main product, because it's more relaxed, etc. Even though it exists for the folks in it.
Okay.
And in order to make the message really clear, I'm not in this just, I'm not in this for, making a quick money or something. Financially speaking, it's not, right now it's a lab. And what I want is these highly motivated individuals that want to become fluent, that will commit, that will show up, and in a small group. So in a way, the French MBA would have been a better way to name it,
because
even though it's not an MBA at all.
But the mindset that is required is very much that of someone with the ambition and other stuff, where you would think with the MBA, it's similar to that.
It's because when you're about to do your MBA, you want to level up. You want to bring your career to a higher level. So you want to revise your toolkit. So you want to make sure that you're up to date. And same thing when you come into my French community, in particular to the Alt French. What, love? She's my wife.
I thought she was going to say you were being too loud.
Yeah, so there's several components in what I'm trying to do, but the Alt French workshop, which actually the French MBA, right? It's maybe the French MBA of my French community. And the French MBA of my French community is highly immersion, small groups, maximum 4, blueprint with experienced and highly motivated coach instructors. And, through time. And also it's about you. And that's very important. The topics are more about what you bring to the table. When you come to an MBA, what you bring to it is very important. They have all these classes, finance and marketing and all of this. And in French, there's also all these classes, grammar, vocabulary, cultural differences and all of that. But if you go to an MBA and you don't know what you want to do with yourself, I think you won't reap as much as if before going to an MBA, that, for example, you want to create a company, and you have an idea about your company, and you already, or you want to become, you have an idea about the job that you're seeking in the marketplace. If you have that before going to the MBA, it's much better. And usually that's what people like. I would say in 80% of the cases, people have a good idea. They're already experienced and they're going to the MBA, so it's about them in a way within the MBA. And that is a component that I like. that when you come to the community, it's not about us. When you do the French MBA, it's not about us, because you're going to get bored. You know, I'm not going to look. I'm suggesting topics, and Emmanuel happened to, you know, he was interested in one of them, and he'd pick one. But last week he created his own topic, or the week before, and his topic was, I'm going to write a letter to myself in French. It's my birthday today. And actually, it's something he does every year. He didn't wait for my French community to offer that. And then, you know, we did that in French.
You guys you did the whole thing in French?
Yeah, it's always 100% in French. Of course, that's one of the components. Like we don't do I mean, except the casual Sundays for the baby warriors, but that's because it's tactical. Right. So yeah, you know, the logo that you designed really conveyed that idea that it's not your typical school. You know, it's almost a French MBA where you bring. So there is, you know, there's 3 ways in life, and most people think there are 2. You know, the good and the bad, but actually there's the 3rd way, and that's the way you invent, the way you create, the way you imagine your life to be.
Right. And the idea of, much like with Les Mis, like the revolutionary, is that it takes a certain amount of courage. You know, it does not take courage to be passive and just listen to some recordings and do whatever, but it does take, you know, courage. It's exciting. It's yes. It's really how you grow. So I like that connotation to it. I just wasn't sure with French Revolution how the French feel about it versus
yeah, that's why I had mixed feeling at the beginning because of the French perspective, but I know that the Americans' perspective is really positive. And now I'm almost an American, I don't really care if French, and actually my, you know, the folks that are, you know, going to be part of, I mean, yes, actually French people as well, because some guests will come, some people, but yeah, I go with the American way. And I had something else in my mind, I forgot. But yeah, one last thing is, if if what you bring to the French MBA is you want to, because I thought to myself, you know, it's not your typical school where, for example, we only prep you for the DELF exam, you know, but some people might be interested, like Luda, for example. Currently, in a month from now, she's going to take the DELF exam, B1. I think she could take the B2, but she decided to go to be conservative. Yeah, if that's you, we can cater your needs. And so there's this 3rd way, almost this revolutionary way, you know, it's your way or the highway in a way. And we're fine. There is no way that is wrong. You know, bring whatever you want to bring, and we'll adapt. I mean, I love preparing myself to an exam. It's there's a lot to learn from it.
Okay. Well, I'm excited that you do like the logo, which is good.
Yes.
Now, so with that,
I had my mixed feeling at the beginning as my French side, you know. So I saw that flag behind, and I was like, no.
And that's the thing.
I don't want to shock people, you know. I don't want to be a revolutionary guy. And then, now that I see it the American way, actually, and Victor Hugo and all of that, and the match with the French MBA, let's say. And,
with the flag and the way that it looked, I went onto a search on the Canva website and said, let me just see what images they have for French. And the French, that flag it's that flag all ripped up, or the Eiffel Tower. It was boom, 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 boom. Because that's it for Americans. I get partially, I'm sure, because of Les Mis, maybe, but why the flag would be so ripped. But that was like, for us, we see that as great. But then the American Revolution is seen depending on who you are in the
Yes.
United States, they have different feelings about it. The Civil
Right.
War,
I
forget
heard.
about it.
I heard. I heard.
It's all different. But
Let's not go there. Let's not
yeah,
go
let's not go
there.
there. But
We're very divided about this. So you guys can understand the French people, but yeah. Anyways,
all right. So
actually, French people are more united towards their history than Americans are. Obviously, there are some dissidents in France, but there is more like of a consensus that human rights.
well, I mean, in the U.S., it's just
Thankfully.
you only heard one voice. That's the only thing, and now other voices are becoming prominent. So which is great. So for your website, the logo doesn't really change much of anything, but I'm going to send you a couple versions. I want to send you a version so that if for whatever reason you need one that looks like a square, that probably works. Like, let's say for the Facebook page for my French community, you can put that on there.
Yeah, definitely. I have a Facebook, LinkedIn, and
the Facebook, the LinkedIn,
Twitter.
all those kind of things. I'll send you that logo so that you can use that on the website. Instagram. I will update. I went ahead and I updated and fixed on the mobile side all of those pages, the prices and stuff like that or whatever. It was a little tricky.
My gosh.
There was something that was happening and it wasn't my fault. It was the site. I don't know what it was, but it was like the way it was justifying certain things. But right now it looks fine. And so what I want to do then is I'll update Isabel's bio. That's not a problem. But
I can do it now if you want.
But the thing is the pictures. The pictures is what we really want to have for your event that is in a week.
Okay, so just pricing here. I don't know if you updated that, but pricing the G is below. I don't know why.
Okay,
is it because of the different size of
well, it's it
doesn't adapt to the different sizes, because this is, for example,
well, here's the thing. So for where it says the pricing has the G, I ran into that with another client of mine, right? That pricing where the G falls down. When I'm on the laptop and I'm looking and I click on the mobile version, that G's not there, but it shifts depending on the phone that someone has.
Okay.
So I'm going to have to make it so small. Well, not so small.
Forget about it. The
G on the bottom looks weird. So, but again, that final check where I go through my phone and I'm going to have to
forget about it. It's just.
But Rafa, listen, we have to go through all those anyway when I do the pictures. That's what I'm saying. When I have the pictures, I'm going to be on that page.
Picture-wise, Seth, Brady, Shambi, recently all accepted. So I think I have almost everybody. Maybe the only one I don't have is Kaiman. Kaiman, he only came once or twice. So it's understandable that maybe he is not on Meetup or anywhere.
Which one is he? Who is that?
Everybody. Andrew, he came several times, so I don't know why he didn't answer. But he's in Argentina.
So at this point, then I just need to know which pictures I can.
Right. So Andrew, I didn't hear back from you unless I didn't see your email, Andrew. Let me just check my emails. Oh man. So let's see. Andrew, I think he's got a nickname on here, Curanto. He's a smart member of our community. He's a doctor in Argentina, and he's doing a master actually in neuroscience. So he was Andrew Dalmat. Oh, sorry, yeah, Andrew. Let me let me not say his name.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I didn't. So yeah, Andrew, I didn't see any responses from you. Search. Let me just shoot him an email. Because I think he wouldn't mind. he wouldn't mind allowing it. And Kaiman,
Well, and
let me
so
also do that.
and I sent you, there in Rise, it shows like the different pictures of the stuff that I was hoping to use. So then what I will say to you then is that by Tuesday evening, I need to know how many of those pictures I can use, because that way I can get
All of
when I
them
go in there
at this point, except where Andrew, until he gives his consent.
Well, but this is the thing. If he gives us consent, great. But I want to go into that back end and put that site and make it ready for May 3rd. I just want to go in there once and do it all at that time. I don't want to go back and forth because once you go in and add one thing, it throws off the phone side of it, and then I have to go in and fix that up. I just want to be able to go in and do it all, so that the site will be something that we can like upgrade or tweak or revise once a month. That's the really the goal, is to kind of do it that way, except for the parts where you say what the availability is of the classes. You can go in there and change that number. That's fine. But the photos and stuff like that.
So let me send them the photo to them, so they will see themselves. Hopefully.
Exactly. Send it to them and so forth, because I will be working on it on Wednesday anyway. That's the day that I'll be doing it. So we'll and that way I'll make sure that it looks that it passes the inspection on the phone, on the laptop, on a phone that's an iPhone versus one that's on a Samsung. Get that all squared away, because come May 3rd, where there's a big push and the big promotion and all that other stuff, we want that to be really clean.
All right, so let me do that at the same time right now. I'm still using my old Rafa at French Conversations. So until Tuesday, okay. Tuesday is the deadline for us to be able to use a picture of you. Hope it finds you well.
If somebody responds to you, on Thursday, that's fine. When we go back in a month later to clean it all up and put some new photos, jazz it, whatever, that's all fine and well.
Exactly. So Achilles. So let me I'll do that right now, if you don't mind. Website pictures chosen. Because it's a good picture where Kaiman is in it. Yeah, everybody agreed. So the only two remaining. Oh, actually, there's no. Android is not in it. In the ones that you chose, there's Android is not in it.
Oh, he's not
So
even.
but the one with Kaiman is the last one you chose, I think. When you say here are the photos I'd like to use, the last one with myself, Nilay. So let me shoot Kaiman, save image as pick Kaiman approval to use picture where he is in it. It doesn't matter. I'll still ask Andrew. By the way,
Yeah, I mean, because if again,
Monday.
it can't hurt, because if we don't use it now, we can use it at some point.
The 3rd of May at 1 p.m. We have a party where all French community members like you are invited. Here's the Zoom link. All right. The Zoom link is. All right. Party reunion Monday, the 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Everyone is welcome. Yeah, if you want to add that to your calendar so that you don't forget, or I could send you an email invite as well, which I haven't. That's a suggestion by Nilay. See, coucou. All right, so let me send email. Andrew, right? Andrew. And Cayman. I'm almost done. In the meantime, Cayman.
Yeah, and then what you can just do then on Tuesday, in that chain that has all the photos in there, you can just write on there saying like, oh, the top one, the middle one, the last one, you can use these because all the photo that way I can be sure that I'm looking at the right.
Oh, you can use all of them except the last one in your post.
In the post,
for now,
okay.
Because they all agreed except I didn't hear back from you know, there's a post that you wrote. You said here are the ones.
Right, I remember that, and those, but also with those posts, you have to let me. Wasn't there an issue about one of them not being like the rubies weren't represented?
The Jedis.
That the Jedis were not represented.
Right. And among the Jedis, actually, that's a good thing that you remind me. I need Navid's consent. I haven't heard back from Navid, but I think I didn't also. I have to follow up with him. Kevin, no, not Kevin. It's Cayman. Oh, Cayman, right here. Cayman. So you want me to share my screen to show you the pictures?
I don't know if you can because we're on YouTube Live.
Yeah, exactly. So no.
That's why I haven't shown any myself, but that's fine. But the
Jedis, you chose a picture where Emmanuel, Navid, and myself are in.
Right, those are the two black guys, right?
Yeah, and we did last week a session with Mercy and Emmanuel. So you could actually pick a print screen from that session, live session, because they both agreed. Emmanuel and Mercy.
And Mercy, okay.
Yeah, I think they're friends, and yeah, that's also a good picture. But let me.
Okay, and that's good, and it's just good for the variety of it. So to have it be both guys and so forth, whatever. So if there's a girl in there, a woman in there, that's fine for the Jedi. So I can go ahead and use that. So I'll use all the photos except the last one. But then for the Jedis, I'll have the Emmanuel and the Mercy one. Put that in there, and I think that will that'll work. Yeah, that'll work out fine.
So we did some progress. I can still ask Navid. I didn't hear back from Navid.
And you can certainly ask him. I mean, you're.
Let me do that right now. Taha Navid. Taha Navid. Let me shoot him an email. Sorry if it's a copy paste, guys. Control Z. And that way I also remind them about the party if they want to join on Monday the 3rd at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and for Seth and maybe Brady who cannot make it on June, the first day of June, we'll do it at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But Luda won't be able to show up on that one. Navid, I'm shooting you an email. Personal message to Navid. I know nobody reads their email anymore because there's so much spamming from Rafa.
That is very, very true.
Okay, and I think Cayman, I did send him well, let me Facebook Navid again, but yeah, I think we're done with that. So yeah.
Okay, so that's where it's at for the website, and then your the post to promote
exactly,
and to send it out to all the alumni and so forth.
Maybe I'm hoping that I'm not sending to the wrong Navid. It's the same name, so. Anyways, I requested his friendship. Let's see if it works on. All right, because that's a
Okay.
good picture that you selected of the Jedi's. But
Well,
there's probably a picture.
some of those pictures are not real. Like some, as in like I copy and pasted different people talking and had to pull because some people just look better than others, or I should say more engaged.
Oh yeah.
So they're not, because if you look closely, you'll see that some people have their name underneath and some people do not. And I had to, for some people, I had to actually like legit like Photoshop in the name of them on the Zoom. But it just looks really good. They're going to be seeing it on their phone, so it's going to be small when they look at these things. But I think it just goes a long way. When you see these photos, it's like groups of 4. Boom! It's just so clear that it's a small group of people that are talking. That I think that that's what's so exciting about it. But
yes.
Okay, so now I have to go at 3:30, so we've got 10 minutes.
Okay.
What so the site I'm going to be taking care of this weekend to make it as sparkling and clean, or at least on Wednesdays when I'll be doing it. And I'm going to send you this afternoon. I'm going to send you those logos so that you can use for whatever you want, and just kind of have those as a placeholder. I wanted to do something where it just made your stuff more recognizable when you're posting things that they can see. So there's that. Is there what do you feel is what it's looking like to be the turnout for your thing on May 3rd?
I think people are excited to see each other and catch up with each other, and learning about their progress in French, or just reconnecting with others. Maybe sometimes even
Shambi thought that I was going to be on it, and I was like, everyone's going to be speaking French. I'm going to look like an idiot. I'm just going to be so she's like, oh, I just thought, I was like, but to what end? The whole point is for people to be speaking in French. It's like, oh, I was just surprised that you guys picked that date because it's your birthday. I said, well, that it just so happens. It's good. Monday's the only day Rafa doesn't do anything else. It's the first Monday.
I mean, you're more than welcome. You're like an important person in this.
But I wouldn't understand anything that anybody says.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're taking your role is as one of a leader in this community, and you're helping me with everything, the website and everything. And also, keep in mind that we've never done this, and there is no prerequisite. So speaking French or being immersed in French is not the goal here. The goal is just
okay. You know what?
And remember, it's a party. So on Zoom. So it's like it's.
I just realized. Okay, it just occurred to me now that if I'm on it, even if I don't understand what anybody's saying, yes, I can use a picture of that Zoom to promote my French community. When people see that I'm in that, when they see that my photo is there, it'll, for whoever I'm saying.
You are definitely part of my French community.
Well, yeah, but my thing is that I don't want to be.
People know you. They know what you do.
I don't want to be a passive person. I want to be engaged. I want to be involved.
Yeah, and no, to your point, there's no prerequisite. There's no, you can speak English. I mean, there's no.
I mean,
it's not the French MBA. It's just a party reunion, and anybody can come up. Just like when you do a meetup.
Okay, yeah. Oh, right.
You show up in a place. If you want to speak French, you speak French. If you want to speak English, you speak English. If you want to speak Russian, you speak Russian.
And okay, so to that end, for the Zoom, when people were jumping in, if you have 12 people that are in the Zoom, do you know what you're going to?
My gosh, I have to work on it. I don't know.
You do.
Much.
You are setting the tone for what it's going to be like moving forward. That's the thing. The first one is a really, really important one. Believe me, I know all too well how those things can be.
So I don't know to that point, Achilles, because I'm not doing a session there. It's just I need to think about it. I don't think people can join for free. There's a free trial. You can join and the Jedi is also free.
Okay.
And
So
you can also see the lives that can
all right.
give
So this
you.
is what this is what we're going to do, because Wednesday I'll be doing that website. On
I don't think I'm
Friday-
giving them a taste. It's just an opportunity for people to reconnect, an
Okay,
opportunity for
okay.
people to.
I
Yeah.
understand. I'm not saying you have to have some formal structured thing. That's fine.
Yes.
That's really fine. But what we'll do is on Friday when we meet up, we'll discuss just how that goes. But one thing that I know that I can do for you, actually, now that I think about it, is that I can have, because I do this for my friend, all the links that you might want people, if somebody might need something for whatever it is,
Yes.
the link to something. If there's a new person who's wondering about like, what is this? It's like, oh, the website. And you just, for that, you could just say in English, Achilles, why don't, if you could put the website link
Yes.
and so forth, that I can do. Sure.
Yeah.
So, so
I mean,
I will.
if you want, you're more than welcome. I think you're part of the community. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
I think it even goes without saying, because it was in the back of my mind. Like, well, hold on,
But no,
it's Achilles' birthday.
I'm
That's an
not-
opportunity for you to. I mean, you do whatever you want, but yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I'm
you're
just
part
gonna
of the
sit there.
community, so you're invited.
Sure, I will. I'll sit there and charm us. I mean, yeah.
And if you want to do that, if you want to be useful and
Well,
do that,
and just to
you're
have those
free
links,
to do
because
it.
I know that you're not going to have time to be typing stuff in there. You're just
Yeah.
not going to have the time. And I will, because I won't be able to understand what anybody's saying. I might catch little bits here and there. Maybe I'll ask something in the chat, or I can say something to the group in English in the chat, so that I'm not like all over the place.
Yeah.
But that's something that'd be very useful. Like if somebody needed the link to the website, the link to whatever else you might want to talk about, like for the casual Saturdays or the casual Sundays, because if you have somebody new, that's all I'm saying. If you have somebody new and they're asking about it, you're not going to want to sit there and explain casual Saturdays to everybody who knows exactly what that is.
No.
But that person needs that information. So you'll just say, I'm going to have Achilles drop the link in there so you can check that out. It's like so much fun, blah, blah. Let me know what you think. That's all you have to say. And then you move on.
Almost like, I know that we've discussed this, that, I might have a few things prepared in advance just because.
Sure.
But ideally, it's about them again, and it's about them like just like a party,
But
and I know it's completely idyllic, but because this is Zoom, and Zoom makes a party impossible. That's why there's alt VR, the virtual reality thing that.
And you know what? I think that if there's a bit of chaos, that will make them more open to the other thing, right? So that they can have like that virtual experience. But with the chaos of whatever might happen, if somebody's dominating the conversation, right? Or if you could tell somebody's being super shy, then that's where you just kind of come in and do that and so forth. That's totally fine. And you can just keep referring to things in the chat and stuff like that. But we'll see. And of course, it's the first time, so I don't know what everybody's expecting, but it'll be fun. You just tell them this is a party, people getting together, blah blah blah.
Right. So, but because we could, since it's Zoom, we could potentially think about the structure. Like everybody can, we can think about a structure almost like when a group of people,
well, you would
sitting around in a table. And we do a round,
Well, here's the thing, because people pop in and out, right? So you don't have at the same time. So what you want to have is a very, very simple icebreaker for when somebody jumps in. That's it, right? So everybody's chatting and somebody's telling about sharing an experience. We've been on the Zoom for like 20 minutes now. Somebody else pops in. That person that pops in, when that person's talking about what they shared about this movie, whatever, it's like, okay, all right, that's so awesome, thank you for sharing that. But I see that so-and-so popped in, so-and-so, everyone that pops in, we just have them share this one thing. I don't know, what's your favorite animal, or what's your favorite this, something that they give an information, but they're not going to tell you a story. You don't have time for a story because some people will talk forever.
Well, I have to think about this.
Yeah, so that's saying you just want a very simple icebreaker of what they would go ahead and share.
And we could also imagine, actually we can imagine at least a few different moments, so that it has some type of structure in the chaos. For example, if there's 12 people, we could break the rooms, into 4 of them, and they discuss about one topic, in French.
You know how to do that?
They learn, huh?
Do you know how to do the breakout rooms?
Yeah, I can learn that. We can do that,
You
or
learned that, or you've done that?
yeah, I think more than just chaos and a party, we can have that moment, you know.
Well, you could tell,
And then-
yeah, you could say like, hey, guys, it started at 1:00. So just so you know, at like 1:25, we're all going to go into these breakout rooms. And then with the breakout rooms, because you give them the
Exactly.
5-minute warning when they're coming back in. We're just going to do in breakout rooms for 10 minutes, 15 minutes,
Yeah,
however you.
and I can even break them on 1-to-1, and for, I don't know, for a minute, they can get to know each other. If they don't
Right,
know,
and then you can bounce around and see how everybody's doing, making sure that, you know,
yeah,
nothing's
I
going
have to learn
crazy.
this stuff. But I think it's
No.
great because it will, you know, just like what you wrote in the bio, that, you know, we have the French MBA where we want to become fluent in small groups, but at the same time we provide, you know, a space for people in the community with the forum and with these monthly that people can make new connections, and that's completely free. I mean, it's the forum is free. The, you know,
Okay, so then what we'll do is on Friday, we'll practice that breakout room. It's very simple. I'll log into the Zoom with my laptop, my iPad, and my phone in different parts of the house, so I don't get any
yeah,
echo.
I have also, I can use a
Yeah.
couple of devices.
And your cat could be on one of the screens for all I care. It doesn't matter. And we just
Where is my cat?
We'll do that rehearsal. All right. So now it's 3:30. I've got another.
Oh, great session, and thank you
Yes,
for your time,
so-
Achilles.
Yeah.
And
So
for
I'll do the
amazing work with the logo. I think everybody's going to be happy with that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm so happy, so excited. So then, okay. So Friday we'll have the dress rehearsal, and that way till Monday it'll be spectacular and
And
flawless.
go read Achilles' book. It's so much fun. I laugh a lot, even though
Monday
I got
I'll
into
translation.
And one day it will be translated in French. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways,
Like
go for it. Merci beaucoup, et surtout garde ta flamme intacte.
Keep the
it
flame
burning.
alive. Going,
Yes,
burning.
keep it alive. Yes.
All right. I'll
Achilles.
talk to you later.
Tschüss.